Well, hello. This is Ashley with Couch Talk, and I want to talk to you guys today about budgeting. This was always a sore topic for me. Always a problem for me. Budgeting was definitely not my strong suit. Um, I would always end up in a negative in my bank accounts. I always had to pay those overdraft fees. I always was down to the last penny. It was just a mess. And I did this for years. I had 2 and 3 jobs, and I still didn't have any money because I didn't take the time to budget wisely and appropriately. I was what they call robbing Peter to pay Paul, and there were some times when I was really in some tight situations. So I'm not gonna act like things were good and I had money and I was just blowing it. That was never the case. I just was not budgeting and using my money properly, even to pay bills, buy groceries and do the things that I was supposed to be doing. I didn't go shopping. I didn't go out and buy a whole lot of frivolous things. That was not the case. I didn't have it to. I worked 2 jobs to make sure I made ends meet. Worked 2 jobs to make sure, I still was able to do some of the things I wanted to do, to make sure I had gas in the car, to make sure, we had food in the house and things like that. But the problem was I was making this money and I was making enough money, but I wasn't spending it right or paying the bills correctly. I was still in the mentality where, I didn't have to pay bills on time. So what I would do is I would wait to the next paycheck to pay this bill, wait to the next paycheck to pay that bill. And sometimes that was plausible and I had to do that. But there was a lot of times when that could have been avoided because I could have just paid that bill. And then the next time I could have had a little bit more money to put up. You see what I'm saying? Like, there was just so much foolishness that I was doing because I thought that, that's just the way that things were. And I was able to get away with it because, I was late on my bills but things weren't getting cut off, So that's how I was able to say I was doing okay. You know what I mean? But I really wasn't doing okay because guess what? I still ain't have no money in the bank. So the bottom line is, you guys, budgeting is essential to making it these days. And what you really want to do is take time to learn, first of all, to pay the bills on schedule. And second of all, to know what type of money you can allow to put away. Now, with that being said, a wise man told me, my good friend Anthony St. Louis told me that you must pay yourself first. Okay? And thinking about that, a lot of people will say, you give your 10% back to the church. And, true enough, that's how I grew up and that's the way things are supposed to be. But you can also give 10% in other areas of your life. Most times they don't talk about that. However, he said, pay yourself first. If you don't, working would be in vain. Even if it's buying, some lip gloss or, some chapstick or some mascara, something small, pay yourself. Because if you don't get some of the things that you want some of the time, then you are going to get so burnt out and so over it that, you just want to give up. And that's really no way to live when you're working for a living. So, again, with that being said, take time to set aside some monies. Don't have to be a whole lot. It can be $5, it can be $10. Go to McDonald's, go to Chili's, buy that meal that you want. Don't do it every week. probably don't even do it every month, but you want to make sure that you are getting something out of this working deal, okay, other than paying bills. And that can be done when you're working on a budget and when you're putting things back. When you're paying what you can pay on time and then saving the rest, it builds up each pay period. And you will start to see that. And when you need it, it will be there. You know, there's been times where I accidentally, messed up during this whole budgeting learning process thing and overdraft. Well, in my savings account, I had more money because I had, $5 or $10 that was going over to my savings account every time I got paid. So I never really missed that type of money. And then later I was able to increase to $20, $25 a pay period. And when I needed that and I had that that one time or two times, it was there to cover that and I didn't have to worry about it. So that's what I mean by making sure that you are being in a place to where you can budget and you can make mistakes. This thing is not easy. First of all, budgeting is not easy. It's very hard. It's very takes a lot of patience, a lot of consistency, and definitely a lot of diligence and sacrifice. So take time, map out your budget, figure out what you can do, where you can do it, and then just do it. There may have to be some cutbacks that you have to do, some type of things that you can't buy when you go food shopping, or some type of things that, you can't go out and do with your friends, or, certain things you may have to just kind of close that gap for a while until you get where you need to be. And that's really the bottom line. And it may be hard, but it will be worth it. So I want to challenge you to do that for 2 months. Cut out the things that are unnecessary. The going out, to eat, the maybe going out to the movies, buying junk food. And I understand some things you have to do and you have to get because, you have a family. But it's some things that you can kind of, shift and maneuver and adjust. Because your family is going to have to adjust too, because this is going to benefit them in the long run. But yes, make some changes, make some adjustments to things that you can stop spending on. And even if you save $2, at the grocery, those are $2 that can go in your savings account, or will still be in your checking account. And dollars add up, money makes sense, or sense make dollars, whatever you want to say. None of that probably made sense what I just said, but okay, you get the bottom line. So budget, do the things you're supposed to do, and challenge yourself and see what the progress will be. And hit me up, kind of let me know, if you've seen a difference, if you thought this helped, if you think this is something that can be ongoing for you. All right. So until next time, I want you to leap out that couch into your new future budgeting.